So Phasmophobia just kind of gives a full 2024 roadmap. It's a little vague, but we'll break down what we found out from it. But before we do that, welcome back, Deadites and Ghost Beaters. If you're new to the channel, I am Old Head Gaming, and if you want to stay up on all the latest gaming news, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell for all gaming videos. Now, of course, we just wrapped up the winter event for Phasmophobia, and they did their spooky snowmen, and we ran around, and we built a snowball gun, and we destroyed them all, and we got our trophy. And now we're going to see what's coming up in 2024. They have a very unique version of the roadmap. Let's break it all down. So first of all, once again, Phasmo's back on sale, which is not surprising anytime there's any kind of update that usually occurs, and it's back down to $11.99 for all PC players because obviously it's not out on console yet, but we're going to get to that in just a moment. So what is coming up in the near 2024? We got some cool stuff. Here is the new roadmap. I'll bring up a picture so we can see it a little bit bigger, and it breaks down exactly what's kind of coming all the way in version 0.9, 0.10, 0.11, all the way to 1.0, which is the full release. Now, hopefully when 1.0 hits, it will actually be out on console. I think there's a good chance it actually drops this year, even though it's about 6 months late at this point. So let's break it all down. First and foremost, stepping into 2024 means new beginnings. You may notice some changes on the roadmap. One, we removed predicted dates. So there's no dates coming. It's just kind of, this is what is going to be in that patch. Secondly, there's a new section at the bottom of the roadmap. These new features, maps, and smaller updates will be pushed out as soon as they are ready. Now, they have bolded this because, let's be honest, Kinetic has been a little behind on everything lately, without the need to wait for a major update. Lastly, you can see Horror 2.0 will be the last milestone for the game, and the one that takes us out of early access. Now, we've been in early access for years, but we're heading into the real version soon. That doesn't mean the development of the game will cease, as we'd still like to add more equipment, ghosts, and locations once 1.0 finally arrives. So, that's kind of the preface of what we're up against. First thing, our update on console. As you may know, console was delayed from last year's predicted release due to several reasons. You know, fire, VR, whatever. We're still hard at work trying to get this ready for you eager console players and arrive as soon as it's ready. Once again, no date. On the other hand, with the delay comes extra changes for console players on day one. The new and improved upcoming shop experience, the upcoming adjustments to leveling and equipment tiers, as well as minor balancing changes. These will all result in console players getting the best experience as soon as the game is ready, instead of large portions of the gameplay and progression changing just after release. This sounds like it's heading to 1.0. Additionally, when it's released, console players will receive a game that looks and runs better. We plan to implement a large amount of optimizations across the board, which allows us to keep games graphically quality as close to PC as possible. I'll be honest, it sounds to me like we won't see this till at least version 0.11. The next update is 0.9, then 0.10. 0.11 sounds kind of like where it is because there's not a lot of changes there. It might not even be until it coincides with the game coming out of early access. The new map, Point Hope. The next long-awaited location for Phasmo will soon be upon us, Point Hope Lighthouse. As many of you avid ghost hunters deciphered clues last year, we thought we'd give you a sneak peek into the new locations. Look. We originally planned for the Lighthouse to come out sooner, but since hiring the first concept artist, Zach, we thought we'd be best spending a little extra time making this unique location look extra special. Since then, CJ and Skinner have been hard at work bringing the new concept to life. Not only does Point Hope feature a new visual theme, but it also is a widely different gameplay experience that's similar to campsites. As the Lighthouse rooms are circular and encompass a whole floor, this allows create several looping spots, planned hiding spots near or far from the staircase, forcing players to make quick decisions while running from paranormal attackers. Below, you will see the maintenance room, and it's near the top of the lighthouse. It's quite cramped compared to the living room downstairs. The confined space makes for an intensely personal ghost room, not leaving much room for breather without traversing a staircase. And let's take a look at that picture here. This is tremendously cramped. Like, setting stuff up is going to be very interesting in this room. Next is the bathroom. It was refurbished to new owners of the Lighthouse, but some of the work was not quite finished. A central bathtub is a wooden divider. It makes the great looping spot for the ghost plays, and the toilet roll through around while you hunt for evidence. So let's take a look at that as well. Oh, I can see. So you can actually like run behind and use it for looping. Okay, that's pretty cool. I like the aesthetic. I'm really looking forward to checking out this map. We're also going to be doing some Farmhouse reworks. Looking a little further ahead, Zek has been hard at work within the next 2 weeks, Bleasdale and Grafton. We found that while the Farmhouse makes for good locations, they're incredibly similar visually and in layout. We want to push them further apart, giving each farmhouse its own unique identity. Both farmhouses will receive a reasonably sized layout adjustment with focus on making the buildings feel more authentic. That means bathrooms, bedrooms, and more rooms with purpose for the family that may have lived there. Grafton, the smaller of the farmhouses, has seen better days in its new design. Floors, ceilings, and windows collapsing, furniture broken and covered in sheets, is ready to be packed in dust and cobwebs covering every nook and cranny. The twin bedroom has been converted into a large seamstress workshop full of old mannequins, rolls of fabric and cloth, and drawings scattered amongst the floor. The many cloth rails scattered amongst the floor make for great hiding spots as well as areas to loop ghosts. Just don't look the mannequins in the eyes. I like this look. Look at this. This is super creepy. Although this is a place probably my wife would go because she loves to do all the crafting. Bleasdale will receive an opposite treatment as it is such a large building. We wanted to nudge it closer to a grand mansion style. Rooms will be ornate and cluttered with statues and expensive belongings. Some rooms have the repurposed, with the bedrooms now becoming owner's collectible room and with rare objects, and have travels, guns, cultural trinkets, memorabilia filling glass and cases. Another bedroom will be converted into the Weiss tea room, adorned with doilies, plates, painted with cute animals, and a lot of pink. Okay. Lastly, the attic has had quite an overhaul as well. The staircase has been moved and the room itself has been split into two parts. The first half of the attic is storage, crammed to the brim with barely stable boxes, old furniture, and dusty memories. The second half has been inhabited by the couple's granddaughter, a girl that loves the unknown. Her self-converted bedroom is covered with witchy belongings and suspicious haunting books and dream catchers. Let's take a look at that as well. Oh, that's really cool. Like, you see like these, like, I'm assuming there's some sort of terrariums over here and aquarium above. Like, I think this is going to be a really fun, because the problem with these two houses is basically we're playing a bigger version of the exact same map. I like that they're going to have their own unique identities. The first update from the roadmap will be next week, when we remove the holiday event and include lighting changes, new eye adaptations, screen space, global illuminations, and that's it for development preview 16. We'll catch up with you more teasers soon. So let's take a look at what's coming in the update next week. So when we revert back to the roadmap, you see the lighting overhaul, which is actually going to be pretty good. We've seen some screenshots of what the new lighting looks like. Eye adaptation, screen space, G1, progression rate improvements, item tier adjustments. This is going to increase the speed at you leveling up. Some levels do feel a bit sluggish, and shop version 3. So we know no console in version 0.9. Here comes version 0.10, which will probably drop around March. New tasks, new optionals, reward changes, photo overhaul, video efforts, and this is when they're bringing in the new equipment, the sound recorder. Version 0.11, new player models, new player animations, CTV overhaul, and player customization. And finally, the full release, which is my guess at this point, when we'll probably see over the summer the full release of the game, new ghost models, new overhaul, hallucinations, event overhaul, new interactions, and much more. Now, I hope, because they haven't given us an exact update, that we get the new map next week, because that would be really awesome to go hunting on. And there you have it, some good, some bad, and I like the fact that they're kind of going away from, this is when we're going to drop it. We know that Kinetic has been missing a lot of dates, and I feel like they don't want to disappoint people anymore, but they want to give us these smaller, more incremental updates, which might not be a bad idea as we are on the road to the 1.0 full release. Now, I'm very excited for Point Hope. As I was just saying a moment ago, I would love to see that drop next week. They don't have it on the map, but since it's coming, I think it's very possible when we break down the patch notes next week that Phasmo is dropping this along with it. Now, I am sad for console players. We've been talking about this throughout the video. We know it's not going to be coming, at least at version 0.9. I honestly feel like when 0.10 drops, we won't see it then either. So my guess is we're looking at least May, maybe even August for the console launch. Now, I can't see a way they don't get console launch out before the full release. And I think now that's probably their soft target, is to launch the full release of the game all the adjustments have been made, all the ghosts have been added, all the maps have been updated up to that point, and console just kind of gets the full game as it's released, and we continue to play on PC up through the full release on the early access versions that are getting tweaked progressively as they get ready for full release. What do you think? Are you excited for what you see coming? Are you sad that consoles once again kind of in an ambiguous state? Tell me what you think in the comments below. As always, thank you for watching, and later, mates.